Hi guys, Broadus here. Just got done with the game tape of the Cowboys versus the Baltimore Ravens action from AT&T Stadium last night, second week of the preseason. I was taught a long time ago that the tape is never as good as it seems, and it's also is never as bad as it seems. So there were some players that actually stepped up. You probably, as you're watching the game, you were thinking, gosh, this looks awful. But there were some guys that actually helped themselves yesterday in that football game. There was one guy in particular, in Joe Milton, that maybe there's a few more questions about him. And I kind of want to go through Joe Milton's night a little bit. And then I'll circle back with some of the other things of guys that I saw as well. But I'll start off with the safety that the Cowboys gave up with Joe Milton there at quarterback. And I have no idea why Milton held the ball as long as he did in this case, because what happens is they've got blitzers to the trip side of the formation, which is to his right, and he's got Mingo to his left, and they call the slant. Shotty goes with the slant, and as Joe is standing in the middle of the pocket, there is a corner blitz coming off his right side. Now, he had time to get this ball out because Mingo had executed the slant well. When you watch the sideline copy, you could clearly see that Starks, the safety, had his back to Mingo and was going back to the middle of the field. So there was never going to be a collision point. The corner was off. There was not going to be anything. Joe was not going to throw Mingo into harm's way. And it's like, but he didn't read Starks, the safety, going away, which was a problem. There was a window there. There was the linebacker was out, and he had the opportunity to throw the ball right in there and make a play. And for some reason, he did not do that. So unfortunately, it's one of those things where Mingo runs a good route, ball needs to be there, chance to get off the goal line, chance to maybe get a first down, but it goes by the wayside. Now, there was, as I was going through my notes too, there was, some good throws too. And, I will talk about a good throw and then I'll get back to the interception kind of in order that we're going here. But he takes a shot to Cropper in the seam. And this is a ball that absolutely needs to be caught. This is a good pass by Joe Milton. Cropper, for some reason, is running the seam. He is at full speed, and then he slows down to take a peek at where Starks, again, the safety is. This now kind of slows him down. Now he has to restart and try and make the play happen. So he goes from full speed to slowing down to finding Starks to ball being on hand and then being incomplete. That ball needs to be caught. That ball is right where it needs to be. Cropper has got to extend. Later in the game, we saw Brooks with a crossing route be able to extend, bring the ball back. Cropper's got to do the same thing. If you want to be on the 53-man roster, you have got to make plays like that. That was a pass that was a catchable football that he needs to come down with. So, unfortunately, he did. So, good throw, gone by the wayside right there. Another throw that I think that Milton needed to have back. Well, then there was a couple of throws. I think later in the game, Ryan Flournoy runs a really good pivot route where he goes up, outside, then inside, then back to the outside. And there's some separation right there. I mean, he is open with the separation. Unfortunately for Milton, maybe he felt a little pressure from Green, the very talented rookie from the Ravens. Beats Nate Thomas, and he feels a little pressure, and then he has to throw the ball, and it's a little high. But great route by Flournoy and his ability to go up, inside, outside, and then be open right there where he needs to be thrown. Just unfortunate that play did not have a connect to it. Milton's interception, here's another one that he probably wants to have back. This is a design throw all the way. They get the turnover on the interception from Hall. Great play by Hall on that particular play. But here's Shotty. He's going to take a shot down the field, and he is going to to go for it here, and he puts Vaughn and Fant in the backfield to kind of help with the rush in case the Ravens come after. Ravens only rush 4. Mingo wins off the line against Tampa, the corner, and there's separation there. But Milton never sees Lowry, the safety. Lowry is shaded to what would be Milton's right, and now, as you know, usually with Dak and others, you see them kind of look to an area to hold a safety or hold a defender. Milton was looking at Mingo the whole entire time, and so what happens is Lowry reads that, and then he's able to adjust to from the left hash to his left hash back to the middle of the field where Mingo was running his route. And unfortunately, though, for Milton, he didn't do anything to hold him or keep him that side. He throws the ball. Lowry did a great job of playing the ball right there. Mingo had absolutely no chance. Now, come back later. How about the Mingo, the bomb that he catches along the right sidelines? There's really no separation on this route at all. They try once again for the stutter go, where you start off really quick, you chop it down, and then you try and draw the defender onto you and then go past him. And again, Tampa, the corner, doesn't fall for this. He's running with Mingo really stride for stride until the very end. But all of a sudden, there's just that little bit of separation. You couldn't walk the ball and put it down there better in Mingo's hands where they did. That was a beautiful throw from Joe Milton. Beautiful catch, beautiful adjusting catch, as we all saw. But that was one of those times where, you know, you've seen, like I say, that the pass to Cropper should have been caught. The Mingo ball was caught, but then you see the inaccuracies, and you don't see him see defenders, and that turns into a problem right there. So, you know, unfortunately for him, that's the way the game goes. There was some good, some bad, as we talked about there. Guys that I really kind of felt like that played well in this game. I felt like that we saw some good things from Tyler Booker. The guy plays with extreme power. I mean, there's just no question about this young man and how he's able to move people. I thought he did well when he was with BB on some of the double team stuff that they were able to do. Didn't run the ball well enough, but when you watch the blocks and stuff, there was at times when Miles Sanders, they had things blocked up front, and Miles Sanders ends up going into, like, instead of taking it where he needed to, which he did later in the game, they had a really successful run in the middle where where Booker was one-on-one, and he was able to, like, follow that block and get positive gain. And early in the game, there was some indecision there, some indecisiveness there, and where he needed to fit. Thought Nate Thomas played well. I mentioned about Ryan Flournoy. I think Ryan Flournoy actually helped himself on special teams. There was a couple different times where he was a cover guy, where he was a blocker. They're trying to kind of figure out these wide receivers and which one of these guys can do that. All these wide receivers are getting reps. Mingo got reps at special teams. Tolbert got reps at special teams. And then Flournoy getting reps at special teams. So Ryan Flournoy, I think, kind of helped himself with the way he played in this game, but also some of the stuff that he was able to do on special teams. I like what I saw from TJ Bass playing at center. Only had one snap late in the game where the ball was low. Other than that, all the shotgun snaps, some of the second level stuff. There was a time where he was late, getting to the second level. It's something he's going to have to work on. But the shotgun snaps were all really, really solid for him in this football game. So good for him for that. I thought on the defensive side of the ball, I think the linebackers, when you talk about, I thought Jack Sanborn looked good in the way that he was. When the Cowboys, let me say this, when the Cowboys are playing good run defense, and I know that's probably not that doesn't happen all the time, it's all about the fits. It is about linemen fitting in gaps and then linebackers fitting over the top. And it's about guys like with Mozzie or Jay Toia holding up at the point of attack. These guys did a really nice job at that. I think Jay was able to do it a little bit more than what Mozzie was, but you saw the linebackers being able to get to the ball. When it was Damone Clark played well, Shamar James played well. Jack Sanborn played well when it came to that. I really did like what I saw from them. On the outside in the secondary, I thought Andrew Booth had a really good game. As far as Andrew Booth is one of these guys you worry about not making enough plays. Well, a couple different times where he didn't get called for pass interference. We saw the pick six. It was an incredible play on his part and his ability to cover and stay in position, but not interfere with Wester, the receiver. He was able to stay there, and then he played the ball. Wester really didn't play the ball well at all, but Booth got it, secured it, and then got the pick six, and then later played offhand, knocked the ball wide. He needed to have a good game. There were some questions about him. They were attacking him in these games and stuff, and he showed up pretty well. I thought Troy Pride played well at the cornerback spot. I like what we're going to continually see from Zion Childers. They're starting to play him more as that nickel corner in the slot. That's kind of where they envision him. Brian Schottenheimer told us in the pregame show yesterday, that's where they see him. Inside player, not an outside player, inside player. So he was playing inside, and then they had Israel Mukuamu, who had been kind of working in the nickel too, playing him at safety. So a little bit different looks right there, but really nice job with Childers. I thought that Hall, at times showed up very, very well. This is going to be an ongoing battle, and they have one more week, but they've got to make a decision of who this nickel corner is going to be. And I really do like Zion Childers because I like his ability to play as a physical player and to make tackles. Booth made tackles in this game that were balls that were spilled. Childers made tackles in this game. So the physicality of the corners, I think, is really, really going to be important. So, again, I loved what I saw from, just real quickly, from like James Houston playing as an edge. I mentioned Jay Toia, Damone Clark. These guys, like I say, there are a lot of platforms I'll be on this week. I'll have more time to kind of dive into it. I know Vach and I will be able to dive into it for you, too, on the Doing All Right podcast and then the various ones. Love of the Star, Trusted Tape, and my work on 105.3 The Fan. So just kind of keep an eye on it, and keep an eye here on Crown Global Media. We're continuing to work to get the studio built and be up and running, so we're really, really excited about that. So thank you guys for your time as always, and I'll catch up with you soon.